Thank you for chipping in to another Cyberpunk Red lore update, this time covering cyberpsychosis. Cyberpsychosis is a mental disease where an individual's personality fragments and they begin to relate more to machines than to humans. Soon they start ignoring people, while standard activities such as eating or sleeping becomes less relevant to them. Ultimately, this process continues until the person reaches a point where having any form of interaction with humans begins to irritate them to such an extent that it culminates in rage that consumes them entirely. The inspiration for cyberpsychosis can be traced back to the psychiatric disorder psychosis. Psychosis represents a condition where a person perceives or interprets reality in a substantially different way from those around them, usually manifesting itself in the form of hallucinations or delusions. In contrast, cyberpsychosis encompasses a wider range of symptoms, including compulsive lying, kleptomania, sadism, brutality, split personality, and violent mood swings. Cyberpsychosis is considered such a serious threat to the harmony of living standards within Night City that dedicated law enforcement teams, the Psycho Squads, have been assembled to deal with it. Psycho Squads often act with extreme prejudice. These groups have a variety of names, with the most commonly known one being C-SWAT, an acronym for Cybernetic Special Weapons and Tactical Squad, and MAX-TAC, Maximum Force Tactical Division. Two new divisions include CY8 Enforcement and Psyche Division. Psycho Squads have a network of vigilant informants and operatives who monitor the acquisition of cyberware. While cyberware is not illegal, individuals found to have heavily upgraded themselves are given a choice of registering with the Cyber Squad surveillance program. This involves regular monitoring by a registered cyberpsychologist and having transmitters incorporated into their cyberware for tracking purposes. Non-compliance to the Psycho Squad's terms and conditions usually results in a suspect having an unfortunate accident. Limited information is available on the efficacy of cyberpsychosis treatment modalities. Rehabilitation options include brain dance, drugs, hypnotics, psychosurgery, and aversion therapy, which aim to restore the damaged personality of the patient. Cyberware is removed and deactivated, and given the questionable efficacy of psychiatric and psychological treatments, the success rate of treating cyberpsychosis may leave much to be desired. Many of these symptoms of cyberpsychosis are not unique to the condition, so misdiagnosis or false positive tests are a factor. Furthermore, the diagnostic criteria used for psychiatric conditions tends to be based upon North American and European traditions of medicine, and often fail to consider the differences in cultural norms from other parts of the world. While Night City is a free state based in Northern California, the cultures represented in its districts are myriad. The abundance of mental health problems found in the citizens of Night City may be correlated with the significant social inequality amongst its populace. This raises pertinent questions about the origins of cyberpsychosis. Are people suffering from mental illness more likely to acquire cyberware in the first place, or is it the cyberware that causes the pathological symptoms? In the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart Kit, it appears the medical profession now views cyberpsychosis as a dissociate disorder, which occurs when someone with pre-existing psychopathic tendencies enhances themselves via cybernetics to the point that they no longer see other individuals as sapient organisms, but simply a collection of replaceable parts. However, a key deviation from the time of 2020 is that cyberware has advanced to the point that not all options incur a humanity cost, and this undoubtedly will also be important for Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberware installed for therapeutic purposes such as a limb replacement or as part of a gender correction surgery do not impose humanity costs. Furthermore, cosmetic alterations or fashion wear no longer impact upon humanity, so tech hair, chem skins, and light tattoos are no longer problematic. Unlike Cyberpunk 2077, where for narrative purposes V cannot experience cyberpsychosis, players can feel its effects in Cyberpunk Red, although in the Jumpstart Kit, Mike Pondsmith and Art Alsorin Games have opted to only briefly discuss the condition, and thus your Edgerunners should be safe until the core rulebook is revealed. That does not mean they will not encounter enemies in the full throes of the illness. Humanity cost remains pertinent as a gameplay mechanic as well as the empathy stat that allows an Edgerunner to mitigate the effects of cyberpsychosis to a certain extent. A question that remains unanswered is whether coming into regular and increasing contact with cyber-enhanced individuals will, over time, influence the image people have of an upgraded human on a subconscious level, leading to acceptance of those who have high degrees of cyberization. We might have to wait for the core rulebook or Cyberpunk 2077 for more insights. The artwork featured on the thumbnail is by Sebastian Schmidt and features in the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart kit. Hey Samurai, are you interested in more Cyberpunk Red content? Then be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for chipping in.